My name is Angela Goddard, and I'm wearing two hats today, Executive Director of the Josie Davis Foundation and board member. So I want to just take a few minutes to offer some thank yous to the folks in the audience. As Kristen mentioned, this was started as a recruitment and retention strategy back in 2019. We launched our first site in 2022. And one thing that we noticed is that these educators that are in the room were losing high-quality, top-notch teachers, not because they had lost their passion for teaching, but because there were too many barriers. And one of those barriers was finding accessible, affordable childcare. They could not be present in their own classroom teaching hundreds of students a day when they could not find care for their own children. So this was a immediate response to that need of retaining and recruiting high-quality teachers in our K-12 system. So I just want to recognize a couple of folks that are here with us that are partners, and as Jude mentioned, this is an employer relationship. So the schools that we partner with employ hundreds of educators. So I want to recognize our 7 partners. If you are a partner school, if you don't mind just standing up, we've got Lead, Republic, Aventura, our friends from Nashville Classical, our friends from Forge, if you have not heard about the Forge School. We have KIPP schools that are part of our membership, and who am I forgetting? I should not have started a list. I knew I'd forget someone. STEM, oh my gosh, of course. Dee Greer would absolutely strangle me. So STEM is our partner there. So thank you to our school leaders for having such a wonderful partnership with Little Wonders. We could not do it without you. As you all know, we are embedded within each of our schools, and you'll see that in just a minute when we take the tour. I also want to thank a few other folks and recognize the Josie Davis Foundation, specifically Ann Davis, one of my board members. Ann is so committed to early childhood education. And when Kristen talked about those visionaries years ago, she was one of those visionaries. She hopped in the car with me. We went to Chattanooga, we went to Memphis, we went to the surrounding cities and tried to figure out a solution that would work for Little Wonders, but also for our charter school partners. Ann is on the board of one of our charter schools, and so just having her there and being a thought partner in this was just absolutely amazing. So I want to recognize her human capital and visionary contribution to Little Wonders, in addition to the board of the Josie Davis Foundation investing a little over $1.1 million to create this network. So I would be remiss if I did not mention their large investment. A couple of other quick thank yous, and then we'll head out to the tour. Mr. Gaius, where's Mr. Gaius? If you all don't know, Mr. Gaius is an architect. He has done quite a few early childhood. He did the Renewal House. He's also done Brianna Bodecker's Riverside Revival Childcare, and this is the 3rd site he's done for us. We call him our secret weapon. So I want to recognize his contribution. Moffitt Builders, Mark Pelfrey is here representing Moffitt Builders, and we could not have done this. Thank you, Mark. Bradley Ray is our carpenter, our master carpenter, and you'll see the playground that is in construction now. It's a natural playscape, and he is the carpenter that does a lot of work out at Warner Park, so I wanted to mention that. I'm going to go on a tangent for just a second, but we have to mention this. Dean Cowell, I saw you in here earlier. Yes. If you all have not met Dean Leslie Cowell with Lipscomb University, please take a moment to meet with her. She is absolutely brilliant. She created a program called Foundations to Futures that really leads into the early childhood to K-3 teacher pipeline, and it is an apprenticeship program. And Little Wonders will be the first employer-apprentice partner with Dean Cowell, and so the program will actually take students all the way through a bachelor's degree with a teaching license in 3 years. So just want to mention, and for all of the early childhood providers in the room, I see lots of you out here, be sure to get with Leslie and talk to her a little bit about that. It is going to change the staffing model for early childhood educators, and it also provides the apprentices that hands-on exposure to the classroom through early childhood education sites. So I wanted to mention that. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody else. I think that might be it. The last thing that I will say is our educators, and I'm looking at all of the providers. If you're a provider in the room, and Melanie Schimbaum is part of NEEC, if you're a provider in the room, will you just raise your hand? We've got Viva, Glenn Levin, Fanny Battle. Y'all, this is the hardest thing I have ever done in my entire life. Let me just say, the folks that are doing this work day in and day out, it is incredible. And I just want to take this moment. Yes, we are celebrating Aventura. We are celebrating Little Wonders at Aventura, but we're celebrating you as well. You are the educators that really make all the difference in the world. So I just want to recognize you. And then last but not least, I'm seeing the pre-licensing unit people out here with DHS. Rachel's over here. When Jude talked about a public-private partnership, this is a true example of how it works well. This is a true public-private partnership. The state has walked alongside us every step of the way, opening our third site, and the pre-licensing unit, I cannot say enough good things about. So Rachel, thank you for all the work that you did, and Jennifer, your partner there. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Coco to close us out, and then we'll go on the tour.
I'm gonna have you stay up here for a minute, for just a second. You all know Angela. She's very humble. Nope, you gotta come closer to me. So you forgot to thank somebody. So Angela Goddard, most of you in here know her, and she saw this problem and was talking about this problem, and she's gonna fix it. Right? So Angela is part of our founding board and the executive director of the Joe C. Davis Foundation, but she also is part of that visionary team without whom Little Wonders would not exist. Angela has been our other full-time senior leader that we don't pay. She has been the primary project manager on the Aventura build, and when I came on as CEO, I was like, I don't know, am I doing that thing? She's like, no, I'm going to take care of this for you, and that'll be my last thing, and then I'm going to be a real board member. Angela, we are so honored by your presence and your tenacity and your grace and your leadership and your generosity. To that end, I don't know if you can see this picture, but this is Bradley, and he's holding up a plaque, and it's out there now. We have dedicated Aventura Community School Little Wonders Playground to you. So you'll get to go out there and see that. You'll get to go out there and see that. We are just forever grateful for you, and we will always have your name sitting there. And now I hope after today you can enjoy being a part of the board, just a part of the board. So here's what we're going to do. Y'all can tell me how I do as a non-educator, but I think some of you probably will stay in here and mingle, and some of you are probably ready for a tour of Aventura School. Nick, Frank, will you stand up, and would you mind taking our first tour? If you are ready to go into a Little Wonders Aventura tour, please go ahead and join Nick now, and then I will call you out. I'll say, hey, we've got another tour going. Let's go in just a moment. The space is kind of small, so I'm just going to take us in like kind of 3 to 5 minute increments. So Nick, if you'll take this first round, and then we'll have a second round come in just a moment. So thank you all so much for being here.